to turn 3. So that's why we do that. The Honda Civic, the pace car, comes off here, and we get this great shot from turn 2 as they prepare to go 2x2 up the main straight. Wonderful venue. It gets better and better with each and every year. This will be just what it's like for WEC in a few months' time. Next September, we've got the World Championship of World Endurance coming here. But these are Revolutions, IGTs as the flag waves, and away we go. Up the hill goes Travis Engen, and oh, that priceless car gets a little tap on the 32. But no harm, no foul. They all recover, thankfully. It was only a little love tap.
Yeah, Travis Engen in that Audi, and I hope the Revolutions know who they're racing with and what they're racing with, because that is, like you said, a priceless car.
Totally.
Out there. And
that was Miller, Palmer Miller, that just touched in there in the 32.
I don't think he was aware that, that he was coming up behind him, because most of these Revolution Radical drivers only race in these in single classes. They're not used to what these other prototypes can do, so this is a good learning for them as well.
Tell you what, that Audi got off the line though. Boy, here come the Porsches. This is our IGT. Mostly Porsches. We've got the odd Lamborghini and the odd Ferrari. Nothing odd about them though.
Now watch Vento. He's in the red car to our left, a 3.8, surrounded by some 4-liters and some Rs. So we're going to see what happens there, but there's the Lamborghinis getting up there too in their power.
Yeah, using that wide exit of turn 1 and funneling down. A Cayman in there as well. But we've seen IGT a great deal over the last few years. And here they come, and Travis Engen in second place now to Miller. Under braking, here comes the 32, and we've got what? What flags are you waving?
I'm waving a double yellow. I'm here from race control. There should be a double yellow out there.
Okay, well that was
hopefully we're going to see
Palmer Miller in the 32. Yeah, here comes the safety car. Have we found out that Supra yet? Is he out here again?
He is. Yeah, the Supra is out. It was supposed to be with Trans Am.
Okay.
So yeah, he just you know,
nothing like a bit of extra practice, is there? So we're under caution already in this Group 11 PSSA, which you had nicely explained by Tony Perella there, talking about, yeah, a nice little gap in the market for sprint races, 30-minute races for guys that just, you know, they want to race hard, they want to race good cars, but they don't want to race million-dollar cars. You know, once you get up to big sports car, IMSA cars, prototypes especially, you're getting into some big money and a big team to run those cars, whereas these cars can actually be run very simply.
Yeah, and not only that, but the parts are readily available. They're manufacturing them. These Radicals, the Revolutions, there's just a ton of support for them. There's dealers all over the place. In fact, Graham Rahal is a dealer.
There you go.
And it's a very economical way to go racing in a very fast, fun race car, high G-forces. So as you can see, I mean, it's competitive with one of the most famous race cars in the world. So and it's being piloted by a very capable driver too. So what just happened is there was we saw the prototype car going down the hill, looked like some suspension damage at turn 1 going down to 2. So hopefully he gets cleared quickly.
All right, well, as you can see, we don't want you to miss any of the great racing that's about to unfold here. So why don't we take a short break, and we'll be back from the Circuit of the Americas with our group racing after this.
Hungry for SVRA action? Well, the best way to enjoy classic auto racing is with a delicious classic from Mission Foods. Green flag your race-watching snacks with Mission's mouth-watering race day recipes. Try some of our tasty tacos, piled high nachos, fresh chips with guac, and more. So gear up your ride and fuel up those stomachs with delicious Mission Foods. Now that's too fast, too tasty.
You've got a business to run, big and heavy products to ship, and customers who need them now. When you've got the right driver and the right equipment, you can bet on a spectacular result. Bennett understands complex logistics and puts the best team, the most time, and the latest technology into every customer relationship. So you can sit back, relax, and enjoy the race. Let us handle the rest.
Together, we can move anything.
Welcome back. We're under caution here. The Honda Civic is out on track as we approach the famous Turn 11. It's been pretty breezy today, and we've had lots of different forms of racing here, from single-seaters. Trans Am have been in action in qualifying. That's going to be a big Trans Am doubleheader tomorrow to finish off the year. It's been a hell of a year for Trans Am, but also for SVRA. Ben, you go to every round of SVRA. It just seems, I don't know, to me, to be growing exponentially.
Yeah, and it depends on the weekend. And this is a weekend that there's another vintage race happening at Daytona with a lot of cars. But it's just kind of coming to the end of the season. And Circuit of the Americas is a world-class facility. So these world-class facilities bring a lot of world-class cars, as we're seeing here in this group. But yeah, we're seeing it, not only is it growing, but it's changing. Like even just 10 or 12 years ago when I got involved in SVRA, there were more this kind of car than this kind of car, and then sometimes cars kind of phase out or come in. So it just kind of seems to be that's the way that it goes, and there's kind of an ebb and flow to this whole deal.
Yeah, and you've created an interesting atmosphere. You've created a fun, laid-back atmosphere with some serious players, though, and some very serious cars. We don't go with the most, sophisticated, sort of after, ridiculously expensive cars that, that are often brought out of museums to go racing. These are cars that are loved and cared and want to go racing, and the drivers that race them are either ex-racing drivers or who've raced all their lives, and then historic racing, vintage racing, is where they find themselves. And what's also interesting is it's now attracting young drivers to its series, so we get almost a family atmosphere, like you say, father and son, brothers, you name it. Here we go then, and Travis Engen got taken away there because already Cincetti has pulled away at that restart. He did a hell of a job there at the restart, so well done. Nice little battle here between the number 8 of the Ligier JSP 315, Tim Day Jr. in what, 3rd position? Through the S's then, under speed. What a beautiful sound, too. We didn't talk much about that, but they make a heck of a din, too, don't they?
Yeah, they really do. I'm wondering what happened to Palmer Miller, starting first, but has gone back to 4th place, I believe.
Yeah, he's that one that came together with Travis, but I don't think there was any foul or harm to the cars, because it was just a tap, and they were both at speed, so nobody got in trouble from it. Now, Travis Engen in...
This is a great battle here. Joel Quadracci, Travis Engen, in cars that are pretty similar, and even similar generations. And and both really capable prototype drivers.
I mentioned Stratford. You got the Millers, you got father and son there. What are the Stratfords?
I believe they're father and son as well.
That's what I'm talking about.
A lot of Elan DPO2s, probably more than I've ever seen in one race.
And then in IGT, you've got a real eclectic group of hard, fast charging professional drivers who often coach some of the gentleman drivers and make them better GT drivers.
Yeah, as you see the Italian flag there on the Lamborghini. And this is a really fun series that Ken Fangler has developed. And look at this, there's Scott Blend leading the group here. And sure enough, he was right. They're catching up to these prototype cars.
Yep. Slowly but surely.
But there's that Lamborghini right behind Nathan Bird as he passes Vento. And Nathan Bird and Vento, watch these two. They have been going at it all season long. But that Lamborghini's just got a lot of power catching up to him.
Yeah, Nathan Bird just jumped out of that single-seater. Yeah. Well, I've done some commentary on the Super Trofeo series, which is all Lamborghinis. And they have never really been, front and center when it comes to sports car racing, Lamborghini, and they've kind of shied away from it as Travis Engen makes his move and takes the lead. Nicely done by Travis. Talking of nice, here's Ken Fangler. Just the man, we were just talking about him, and he comes in at just the appropriate moment, as though, as though the red carpet had been laid out. How are you, Ken?
Well, I don't know if I'm the good luck charm or the curse, since we just go double yellow again for the 2nd time in this race. But yeah, I mean, I just wrote down some car numbers. There were some flag violations and passing under the yellow in the last one, so now we'll try again, I guess. So
does it make it hard in this kind of eclectic group you've got racing with your guys? So I mean, what have you said in the driver's briefing about how to deal with the different speeds, the different types of cars? And
Well, that really, that hasn't been the issue right
Okay.
now. Now, honestly, that hasn't. We haven't even gotten to that point. Now it's just been driver ability, just running out of talent in the middle of the corner and falling off the racetrack.
I've been there.
Yeah.
Well, we're under caution, as Ken quite rightly points out. Maybe he is. He put the muckers on it. Not sure what the caution is for. We'll wait and see if Ben hears.
Heard a car off in 9. I heard.
There we go. Well, that's just, that'll be just what we're looking at now from the drone. It's just, I can see it now myself. So here they are. The car's come down to turn 11. So they've just gone past the incident, but that's why we're under caution. The good news is, it won't take long for them to push that back.
Now, Scott Blend, Marco Vento, and Nathan Bird have just been going at it all season long, especially Vento and Bird, and it's happening already here at Circuit of the Americas.
Yeah, it's those are the 3 in contention for the Mission Foods GT3 Cup Championship. 2 different classes of cars, Nathan Bird and Marcus Vento, the same, which is 3.8 liter. Scott, which has been the 4 liter, and he's been the class, and these guys have been top 5, top 7 all year long. Especially the young guys, the young guns, Nathan and Marcus, 24 years old, in the smallest displacement. We have 3.6s, but we haven't seen many that much anymore. So 3.8 liter is the bottom rung of the ladder. But the giant killers, of 4 liter, 4 I's, 4 R's, and just shows you their driving ability and talent.
Yeah, Nathan Bird was telling me just last weekend that his engine is getting tired, so he's hoping to make it through this engine for an engine rebuild. But he's been having so much fun. He's racing in 6 different classes with us. We've seen Jonathan this season, so now he's in a, what do you call it, a tin top car, right?
Yeah.
Well, I'm hearing this might be the end of this deal that I'm hearing, and they got the car off in the gravel, and it might take them a while to get out of here. So I'm not sure what's going to happen, whether they're going to continue on. I mean, we've looked forward to this all day long.
That's a shame, yeah.
But if so, all I got is tomorrow to look for. The sun. Hopefully I'll see the sun come up tomorrow morning. And at 8 o'clock tomorrow morning.
It's not foggy.
Yeah, the fog. Yeah.
I got to say that was nasty this morning.
And that we have a 60-minute race, lots more time.
You can see we've got 2 cars, we've got 2 trucks, recovery trucks with the car that's strewn on the top of your picture right now. Under that yellow caution sign, you can see the flashing lights where the car has gone off at 9. And there's absolutely no way you can go racing. That is way too close. If you remember, Verstappen hit that, I think in Formula 1, or somebody did, and bounced right across the track. It wasn't Verstappen, it was Alonso. And you do want to be on the outside of 9.
Yeah.
Well, I never would have thought that a Honda would win this race.
He's won a few.
He's got more laps than anybody, I think, without any heroics, so to speak. I must say, Jim Rogers has been piloting that pace car very professionally.
Well, the word hasn't gotten to the drivers, and it seems like they might.
No, still caution
knowing
out.
RC, he's going to try to get this thing back up and started.
No doubt. They've been working all weekend long hard to get these guys laps, even in despite of some of the let's say less than stellar performances.
I've asked you this before, but Ken, tell us more about how you get into IGT and who fits, who works for IGT. I know two professionals I noticed, Pipperman and Ryan DL, 2 good professional drivers who, I was saying, some of these drivers come and help some of the guys become better drivers. But who gets to go in IGT? Why?
Well, it is as we say, a professional platform. It's for sportsman type of driving. The emphasis on sportsman driving, both in the paddock and on the racetrack. But we're very happy that these guys take the learning curve very seriously. They hire professionals. In the enduros, the pros have a chance to get in the car and drive. It's skewed a bit on purpose that the pros don't get a gimme, that the AM driver drives for 10 minutes and the pro takes over and runs away. That doesn't work that way. There's a lot of strategy involved and luck, per se, as to if you have a pro driver. But we're very happy that they have the pro drivers there with them, that come from other series, which is much different than what we do.
Yeah, and at this level, it is hard to learn when you're strapped in with the adrenaline there. You need that downtime to think about what you've just done or about to do, because that makes a big difference when you're trying to learn.
Well, lights are out, gentlemen, and I'm hoping that Scott Blend kind of gives them a little bit of a gap, because they caught up to these prototypes pretty soon.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping that he gives them a little bit of a gap so that they can both have their races.
I say let's all get to the top of the hill together. Here we go then. So we'll watch. There it is. The Honda comes off, and we are going racing again, led by Travis Engen in that famous Audi. And away they do go.
Let's see if we can get a few consecutive laps here.
No, it's going to be final lap, I hate to tell you again.
Joel Quadracci on the outside
yeah, he's making
there.
his move.
This could be,
He's locking him up.
No, just locked up, I think, on the dust as well.
Sure did.
just saved Travis Engen's car as well.
Yeah.
Thankfully, and that's also given the race almost to Travis if he doesn't make a mistake, and he rarely does. So, through the S's they come, led by Travis Engen. Good recovery, to be fair, Quadracci.
Yeah, he's a really talented driver and drives a few different cars with us in vintage racing, and now he's right behind Travis.
He's caught right up, hasn't he? And in fact, he's hounding him now as they come to turn 9 where we had the incident.
Those Audis really need the tires to be warm. So the tires have cooled down. You'll see Travis Engen kind of turns it on by lap 3, usually in that Audi. And I don't know if that Orica of Joel can heat up the tires, but look at that.
Oh, look at this. Nicely done by the 55 of Marco Cincetti. He was in second place a moment ago, and he's now back there. Beautiful overtake. And now Engen using that power. Look at him in the number 2. Pulling away down the back straight. Leaving the prototypes, the other prototypes, the more modern motor prototypes, to fight it out against themselves in their revolutions.
Yeah, some good competition for Travis, though. You know, for years he just kind of drove around on his own, and I'm sure he's enjoying this moment.
I bet he is.
You know, hey, I got some guys to race with here, you know, and so good for him.
Well, he didn't see it, but they tapped him at the top. Palmer Miller came together with him slightly, so he was probably not liking that much. But
No.
So final lap, and that's why we're getting a little racy here for second and third. Cincetti and Quadracci. Miller up against his son, and then Day Jr. in 6th. Fletcher Stratford's are 8th and 9th, and then Mosley in 10th. And it looks as though Travis Engen's going to hold on. Here he comes. It's going to be close, though. Quadracci's going to follow him to the line. They come to the checkered flag, and there it is. Travis Engen wins in the Audi R8 LMP from 2005. Oh, and a little bit of...
That's way out there.
Yeah, way out there. Well, I think he just basically outbraked himself. If he hadn't gone that wide out there, he
look at this.
Look at this. The Porsche's coming side by side for the line. Oh, and that was Nathan Bird, wasn't it?
No, that's...
Well, Nathan Bird took
Thomas
Gruber.
Yeah, Gruber just behind
got
him.
it together. Nathan.
Nicely done.
Scott Blend.
Yeah, Bird, 13th overall.
Mr.
Gruber
Wang
second,
and the other Lambo.
Yeah.
Marcus Vento. I mean, all I can say is this was a warm-up. That's all for tomorrow morning. You know, you know, it was a chance to finally get out there and race. You know, it's been a long few days of lots of activity on the racetrack with F4 and all these different categories. TA, something for everybody, as I always say. So fantastic. But this will be a warm-up for tomorrow morning's enduro. 60 minutes worth of racing, and that will be the International GT cars leading off. Approximately 22 cars in the field, and followed by the PSSA cars, another 6 cars of prototypes that'll follow along. So, you know, we look forward to that. You know, let's just say it wasn't a perfect race by any means. We had some things, but everybody's safe. And you know what? We'll sleep on it and try it again tomorrow morning.
Ken Pangler, thank you so much for coming in, the president of IGT, who works around the clock to put this series together and keep it going, and it is a heck of a series, and we got at least a little taster for what is in action tomorrow. But we'll take a short break. There's more action from the Speed Tour